across the valley tonight is the San Benito versus the Brownsville Rivera game, and that is 21-14. Brownsville Rivera is up a touchdown on San Benito. What does that mean? Well, Rivera is trying to get into the playoffs, and San Benito is trying to retain sole district championship tonight. But if they lose that game to Rivera and Harlingen is able to go on for the win tonight and pull off the win here on this field, then Harlingen will get a share of the district title, which will continue that reign, if you will, for Harlingen Cardinals. But they've got a half to deal with Harlingen Southhawks yet, and we saw Southhawks last week come on strong in the second half. So I'm wondering what kind of adjustments Southhawks have made. They will be receiving this kickoff here to start it off.
Yeah, last week they just stuck around until the end of the game. They take the lead. Well, here tonight they're down, but it's still pretty close, only 11-point lead. That's pretty much still they're in this game, and a few touchdowns could take them ahead of the Cardinals. But they really haven't been doing anything as far as getting down the field consistently. They've had some run play that looked pretty good, just not great tonight. And we saw, I think, only one pass thrown in the entire first half by Harlingen South, and then also matched by only about 3 passes from the Cardinals. So just tonight has been very fast-moving run plays as the clock has just continued to go down tonight. I think it may be a very short second half if the Cardinals are able to move the ball effectively with the run game.
Well, one person we haven't called too much tonight, which I was really expecting to call a lot, is number 11, Darren Bettis for the Harlingen Southhawks. And so I'm saying that the Hawks are going to really need Darren Bettis in the second half. That's number 11. Also going to need the arm, I believe, of number 7, Jimmy Morton, to come to life. You know, the Southhawks are going to move the ball downfield, and so they'll get a chance here as the Harlingen Cardinals kick off. It's a short kick. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds, and it does. So that'll be a penalty on the Cardinals, and the Hawks will not have to return this one. They'll get some good field position.
Several of the kicks on the kickoffs by Harlingen have gone to the sideline. It looked like earlier one almost went out of bounds, but the South player recovered it. This time they just allow it to go out of bounds, or really there's no option as it went all the way out of bounds without even a bounce.
14-3 again here to start the second half, and Harlingen South will get the ball at the 30-yard line, and so the Hawks come out. Jared Shinneman, number 34, has been pretty much almost the sole carrier of the football for the Hawks this evening, as he's been running from that tailback position, and it looks like he'll line up there again, this time with Jimmy Morton on the field. He has 2 wide receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Fullback in as well. I believe that's Alec Garza. He hands it up to Shenneman. Shenneman trying to find space on the left side, but he's tackled pretty quickly there. Going to be taken down for maybe a loss of 1.
And that was number 62 on the play, Magic Hyman. We've called his name. He's been playing a very good job tonight out of the defensive lineman position. He beats his blocker, and it just wraps up the running back, getting the tackle for a loss.
2nd and 11 coming up for the Hawks now. Jimmy Morton, that junior quarterback who has had an injury-plagued season so far, making the start again here tonight for one last game for the Harlingen Southhawks 2014 season. Trying to pass it, throws way behind his receiver. Intended receiver number 6, Manny Menchaca. That'll be incomplete. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 11.
Well, he hasn't gotten much throwing in. I don't think he's gotten his rhythm down as the ball is thrown outside and way too short right there. Harlingen Cardinals were coming with the blitz, so I think it was the right read. Just he's not in rhythm with his receiver as he's throwing the ball, and it's left about 2 yards short of the receiver. The receiver looked to be a little bit open. It would have been a little bit of a tight window, but enough for a good quarterback to get it in there. He just misses on that one.
Well, they're going to 5 wide receiver set this time, so no back in the backfield. Jimmy Morton all alone here. Blitz showing for the Cardinals. Comes off the edge, pressure, dumps it to number 1. He is able to catch that is number 1, Bobby Castro, but he's only going to gain about 4 yards, so that'll bring up a 4th down for the Hawks.
And you called it. They do come in with the blitz. They bring 5, and they come in putting some good pressure. It looked like it may have been a good play call, but number 2 by the defense, that's Adrian Vasquez, does a good job of coming up, filling in right where before the blockers can get to him, makes the tackle. So that'll be the end of that drive for Harlingen South.
Fabi Mitlos, number 19, coming in to punt this football away. It's a good snap. Nice spiraling, rising punt, and it gets over the head of Elijah De Leon. Going to come down right about the 29-yard line where the Hawks will down it. So now the Cardinals come out, and we talked about their dominating run game towards the end of the first half, and I'm sure they're going to look to get back to that to keep that game plan going. It's just a clock management type, taking them 3-4 yards at a time.
Yeah, they've experienced a lot of success running the ball, so I expect them just out of that. That has been working for them, and their offense is running the ball. Although we did see them hit a couple of play-action passes in the first half, but I imagine it'll be all run the ball, maybe a couple of play-action passes, but it'll be the run game that really wins it for them, I believe, here in the second half, if they're able to get it done.
Well, Jesse Castro, number 4, is the quarterback again. He has Leo Tienda, number 28, in the backfield. He does have 3 wide receivers, but they like to run out of this formation. Look for it, and he does. Keeper outside, Tienda blocking. Castro getting past a couple defenders that are going to be pushed out of bounds about the 40. That should be enough for a Cardinal first down.
Yeah, I thought right there, number 53, Awa did a great job of maintaining, just kind of keeping it there, but then the extra blocker, they decided to run Tienda as a lead blocker. He has to block and double team Awa, which gave Castro the opportunity to get the edge and get the first down.
And a good job there by Jesse Castro at the very end on Darren Perez. He's able to get a stiff arm, which doesn't allow Perez to take him down before he gets the first down. So 1st and 10 now, ball on the 39 for Castro. Handoff Tienda, left and right. Space, hurdles the defender, and he should have the first down. An impressive hurdle there by the running back, number 28.
Yeah, very impressive hurdle right here. As we watch here on the replay, he gets the ball, just all base blocking up front. They do a great job of sealing the edge. The defender doesn't even get very low. He jumps over Perez. And Tienda just, if you're back home at about 10-20, you want to look at that replay in the future.
Yeah, 3rd quarter, 10-20. Check that out. That was pretty cool. All right, here we go. Handoff here across. It looks like that's Dominic Freeman. Freeman is going to be tackled in the backfield. That's number 21 for the Hawks on the stop, Javier Olvera.
Yeah, we see Olvera here on the replay as you watch. They're bringing him coming across, and then he just forces him to cut back inside, is able to grab his feet, makes the tackle himself. A lot of times we've seen those backs cut it up and go for positive yards. That time he grabs him by the ankles and is able to bring him down for no gain of yards.
So here we go, number 4, Castro. Shotgun formation here. Hands out to Tienda. Tienda right side. Big hole for him to run through, and he knocks 2 defenders over as he lowers his shoulder and then gets about 3 more yards after that. So that's another big first down run for number 28, Leo Tienda.
And here we see on the replay just great job right here by the offensive, the pulling guard, gets onto the linebacker, makes the block, and then Tienda, he meets Shinneman and Bettis, both of the defense, and he just puts his shoulders down. They go down, he stays up, and he gets about 3 more yards afterwards.
So 1st and 10 now on the 39-yard line of the Harlingen South Hawks. That running game stays dominant. Tienda, right then left, upfield, pushing forward. We'll have another first down for the Cardinals as Tienda has been unstoppable on this drive.
Unstoppable on this drive, and perhaps unstoppable all night. We saw him finish the first half just like this, running through small gaps. That time he has a pretty big gap, but every time he meets these linebackers or these safeties, he just lowers his shoulder, and he's the one making the impact on them, finishing strong every play.
They're down to the 27-yard line now, taking almost 3 minutes off the clock. Tienda inside then outside right, passing a few defenders on his way. Going to be very close to that first down mark, and I think he will have it. Every time he's touched the ball this drive, he's had a first down.
He's had a first down. We've seen him. In other plays, he's running over players. This time he makes the cut. No need to hurdle here. He just turns and just gets himself the first down. Tackle until the 3rd defender touches him.
I believe that's probably at least 40 yards on this drive because he's touched it 4 times and has had 4 first downs. And so Tienda has been unstoppable on this drive for the Cardinals. He lines up in the backfield with Castro. Castro hands out to Tienda again. This time he'll be tripped up in the backfield. They're saying ball on the ground. Officials waving it dead. Waiting for the official call. Haven't seen that yet. Have you seen that, Jonathan?
I haven't seen it, but it looks like both teams agree. They just come off the field, and it looks like Harlingen South.
Wow. Number 21 for the Hawks, Javier Olvera, just put his helmet on the football, and it popped it out. So that ball was a fumble, definitely. And White comes up with it. That's a huge play for the Hawks as Tienda and the Harlingen Cardinal offense was just motoring downfield. Fumble on the play. Hawk ball on the 14.
Yeah, we see as we watched the replay just a few seconds ago. You don't get to see the ball come out really. You just see it pop out, but clearly recovered by the defender of Harlingen South, and so they'll come out. The offense has 80 yards to go.
Here we go. Jimmy Morton in the backfield, very reminiscent of the game last week. Turnovers kept Harlingen South in the game. This time handoff to Alec Garza. Garza, gain of maybe 1 yard.
And I'm sorry, I said before they had 80 yards. They will have 85 yards to go. And it'll be 2nd and 10 here. As it looked like there was some good blocking, but just a great job by number 40 of the Cardinal defense. That is Sam Gonzalez. He just comes off the backside, catches the runner, and brings him down. It looked like the blocking up front was good, but the backside, just great effort.
You're going to get a very minimal gain on that play, so they're still going to call it a 2nd down and 10 yards for the Hawks. They're going to send 4 wide receivers to the right. That's a quad set out there. It kind of looks like they formed their own little island. And they're going to pass it to the one in the back, but that's tipped at the line. If it was going forward, then it's going to be incomplete pass, and it is. 3rd and 10 coming up.
Pressure coming in as they have 4 down linemen, and both linebackers come in, so they rush 6 against 5. There would have been a free defender. He may have been lucky that the pass did get tipped because one of the defenders jumped all over the play. Looked like would have had a chance at a pick 6.
I know early on in the season, we saw that the Hawks, whenever they come out in those types of formations, they almost always throw it to the receiver that is in the back of that formation. And I've been saying earlier in the season, they're going to get one of those pick 6. We didn't see that formation again until tonight. They've been running a different type of offense. So they're back to that again. Morton hands off. Ale Garza, nowhere to run. Tackled by number 2 in the backfield. That's Adrian Vasquez. That's going to be a loss of 2 yards.
And there we see it again. When Morton lines up and is handing it off here tonight, he's no threat at all to run the ball. So these backside defenders are not following him at all. They're just coming across. They're unblocked because it's a read play. But Morton is not a threat to run it, or he has not been tonight.
No, Morton will not run the football. He's going to usually throw it out of bounds if he can't get it. Punter lined up. That's Miltos, able to get this one off. Another good-looking punt. It's going to take a little bit of a Hawk bounce, but still going to end up on the Hawk side of the football field. So it looks like the Cardinals will retain possession here at about the 48-yard line. Going to try to see if they get back to that power run game that was so successful before that big-time fumble last series.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are very satisfied with just making the stop as they didn't even have anyone back to return. They knew they were going to get good field position based off of the distance or where they were punting it from. And I think they have a lot of confidence in this offense that they can just run the ball down on these Harlingen South, just eat up the clock, maybe score another touchdown. It looks like they may be in very good position as South's offense really has not shown anything tonight outside of a few drives where they ran the ball, but nothing able to get all the way down the field.
1st and 10 on ball on the 48-yard line. Handoff, Tienda getting upfield. One defender to beat. He's got the 1st down and more. That's about a 20-yard run for Neil Tienda, number 28, as he's able to break to the left side of that football field. Has plenty of space to run.
Yeah, we see him. He just hits one big cut to make someone miss. The blocking everywhere is pretty just free as he just gets around Bettis, number 11 of the defense, and just good blocks up front. Bettis just gets enough to trip him up, but he might have gone the distance had he not been tripped up right there on that play.
1st and 10 now on the 26-yard line for the Cardinals. Back to that same formation. Handoff this time. Looks like that's Tienda again. He's going to gain maybe about 3 yards on that play. Just running downfield goes number 28, Leo Tienda.
Number 21 is the free defender, Javier Olvera. He's free on the strong side. Forces Tienda to cut up inside, but we saw him make a shoelace tackle earlier. There he does a great job of making the arm tackle and then hold on to the leg and brings Tienda down, stopping him a little bit. He only gained 2 yards on that one.
2nd and 8 now coming up for the Cardinals. Ball on the 24-yard line. Castro now, a little bit different formation they had been running. They still like to run it out of this shotgun, and they will. Tienda, middle of the field this time. Tripped up in the backfield initially by Sheneman, and then another white jersey comes in and finalizes that tackle. Going to be a loss of maybe about a yard on that play. 3rd down.
And that was number 74, the sophomore, Abel Villarreal. He's the defensive lineman. Sheneman gets him close to the ground, but just with 2 hands is able to drag Tienda back. We have not seen Tienda really fall backwards, but he had one player grabbing his legs and another one over the top, so he's not able to have any force with him. 3rd and long now.
3rd and long now for the Cardinals. Under 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Fake handoff, rolls right, pressure, eluding it goes Castro. Flag on the play though, down to about the 17-yard line. Castro stretching for more yardage. That's going to be holding on the Cardinals. Whitecap confirming.
And it will go against the Cardinals holding. I think everyone saw it from up here that where they threw the flag was going to be in the area of holding. So really takes them out of position here. It looked like it was going to be 4th and short. I would have thought the Cardinals would have gone for it most likely there, perhaps gotten the first down. Earlier in the game we saw when they lost yards, a big penalty is really what started this whole momentum for Harlingen Cardinals. This time the penalty goes against them, really taking them out of scoring range unless they're able to make a big play here on 3rd and about 17.
It's one of those things, where you're 4th down and you're going to have a 4th and short. Holding actually helps you, gives you another down. 3rd down now. Flush out of the pocket goes Castro. Trying to find some space with his legs. He does. Up to the 20, 18, 16-yard line, 15. That'll be a first down for the Cardinals on the huge run by Castro. He's running a little bit like Leo Tienda there. He's able to get some very tough yardage to move those chains.
Yeah, we saw Castro on the last scoring drive by the Cardinals. He made a lot of plays in the run game. Here he's dropped back to pass, but just the cuts that he made here on this drive, and then he finishes with power, getting himself about another 7 yards to finish, getting himself 1 yard past the first down marker.
1st and 10 on balls on the 14-yard line. Lots of time taken off the clock by the Cardinals in this 3rd quarter. They've just been running the football. 4:12 left to go in the 3rd. 14-3, Cardinals still lead in this ball game. Leo Tienda, left side, back up to the middle, wrapped up by number 36 of the defense. That's number 36, but able to gain about 4 or 5 yards even though he's hit.
Tienda is met by an arm tackler right at the line of scrimmage, but he runs with such power. He even is met by a linebacker at about 1 yard and still comes out with the 5-yard gain.
2nd and 5 now for the Cardinals. Leo Tienda in the backfield. Has not been rotated out. Usually we see the Cardinals rotating running backs. Not this game. Castro hands it off to Tienda. Tienda bouncing around behind the line of scrimmage. Picks a hole. Shoots upfield. Will have a first down for the Cardinals. She'll be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
And here we see a little bit different. He just misdirection going towards the left and then bounces back immediately to the right. It's designed for him to run to the right side. All the linemen just base block, and they did an excellent job as he's not met by anyone on that play until he's getting tackled at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to give him 2.5, probably going to mark it down at the 3-yard line now. So 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for the Cardinals. Big, heavy package in. Tienda in the back of that heavy package. Blitz showing from the Hawks. They do blitz, but he's got 2 huge fullbacks in front of him basing. That's a touchdown for the Cardinals as Leo Tienda finds the end zone once again. That's going to be a 20-3 ball game here with 3:02 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
And that formation, they've used it when they've gone into the goal line situations. This time, Tienda just follows him to the left. They've been running to the strong side, pulling an extra lineman and having those 2 offensive linemen as fullbacks. This time they run towards the back side. They catch Harlingen South. It looks like a little off guard as there was no one there to make a stop.
And the extra point is good. So that's going to be a 21-3 ball game now as the Harlingen Cardinals spread out that lead some. And you talked about it earlier in the game how the Harlingen South Hawks are able to stay close. They have a chance. Well, the Cardinals are trying to make that not happen as they extend their lead now 21-3. And they've done this in the past 2 series, Jonathan, just pure running game, maybe a pass here or there, but even those have turned into quarterback scrambles, which have been part of the running game tonight for the Cardinals.
Yeah, we've seen both the quarterback, Castro, on the last play. He had some very impressive runs. And then we've seen Tienda just showing very impressive power as he's running through and finishing all of these runs, landing forward just over and over, really just taking the dagger and attacking the heart of this defense.
So kickoff now for the Cardinals as the Hawks get ready to receive this one. 3:02 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 21-3 here at Bogue Stadium at Bird Bowl 2014. Again, the Cardinals right now looking to expand their lead, and South Hawks looking and trying to get back in this game. And like we said, if the Hawks can stay close, they have a chance.
Well, last week against San Benito, the Hawks were able to force a lot of turnovers. We have not seen that tonight. Only 1 turnover, I believe, by the Cardinals. And here we have the kickoff.
And this may be re-kicked because there was an offside on the kicking unit. You cannot get ahead of the football before it's actually kicked. And so flag on the play here. And then the Hawks will have a choice to have him re-kick minus 5 yards. See what they choose to do.
And we are waiting for the white cap. It will be offsides against the kicking team. And Harlan South has elected to get the re-kick here.
You know, when you're down 21-3, you want to try to catch lightning in a bottle, and so, you know, you want to give your chance to back. They have Bobby Castro, and I believe they have Alec Garza deep to return this, and both these guys have the opportunity to make something happen. So you want to give your playmakers a chance to handle that football, especially on a kickoff where they can potentially have some open space to run around in. So definitely going to go for that re-kick now. They're going to spot the ball 5 yards back and then have them kick it again. And the Hawks trying to make something happen here. As the offense just has not really clicked here, you know, from the second quarter on, just has not been able to really get any kind of forward motion going for them. So hopefully special teams going to try to spark something.
And here they line up again. Let's see if they're able to catch that lightning in a bottle here on this kick return.
All right, here we go. Kick off. This time everybody's on sides. This will be returned by Castro. He fields it at the 8-yard line, following Garza. Garza's lead blocker. Space tries to get to the outside, past the 30. Flag on the field over here, close to the Harlingen Cardinals sideline. Brings it out to the 34, but I have a feeling that's going to be either blocking the MAC or holding on the return unit.
Yeah, we'll have to see what it is. It didn't look like there was anyone there, but the flag may have just come a little bit late. So we weren't able to see any of the action on the flag, but we'll see what the call is.
Block below the waist on the return team.
You know, that usually results in a player on the ground. I didn't see anyone on the ground there, so it must have been just a very good job of the defender getting right back up after the play, because we didn't see anyone on the ground. But here we watch the replay. A very impressive return, just unfortunately for Harlan South, it's going to go back because of the penalty.
Yeah, you know, again, that penalty, you talk about mental mistakes here, and that penalty was way far away from where the runner actually was. It was on the opposite end of the field, and so just don't need to throw those blocks, especially if you're not even close to the runner. Here we go, 1st and 10 at the 19 for the Hawks. Darren Pettis is in at quarterback, trying to make something happen, get your playmakers on the field. Timeout, Hawks. Very weird timing on the timeouts this evening, Jonathan, for the Hawks, and
it's something that we've seen Coach Wilson do throughout the season. I don't think he likes to run bad plays. When he sees a play that doesn't seem like it's going to work out, he doesn't like to allow the play to happen. Different coaches, they'll allow it to just roll through and see how they'll respond afterwards. Coach Wilson doesn't seem to like to take those kind of chances.
Yeah, I totally agree with your assessment on that. You know, a lot of times it's just been kind of like this, 2:53 left to go in the third quarter. It's just the start of a new series, and timeout is called, and you're kind of like, hey, you know, save those timeouts for when you really need it towards the end of the half. But I think you're right. You know, Coach Wilson, he likes to make sure that the right play is on the field. So did see something different here. Darren Pettis, this is the way they started the football game, with Darren Pettis in at the Wildcat-type offense for the quarterback position. And he's back out there again with 4 receivers. And so, to me, this is the most electrifying player on that Hawk side of the football. He will hand it off this time to Castro. Castro has space on the outside, makes a move, tries to get some yards upfield. Going to be taking him about the 25-yard line. Should be a gain of about 6 yards.
He does gain about 5 yards there on the play. He really could have taken it for a lot more, but number 24 of the Cardinal defense, that's Charlie Moreno, here as we watch on the replay, just does a good job of making an aggressive play. He doesn't tackle him until he gains about 5 yards, but it could have been a big play for South. It just turns into a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, 2nd down and 5 now, and it looks like Morton is back on the field now, and so Jimmy Morton comes back onto the field. Has a running back and 2 wide receivers. Double tight end set, looks like. He's looking to pass this downfield, and he has Castro streaking a mid-slant there, about 4 red jerseys around him, but he let it fly, incomplete pass.
It was a little bit deeper slant. It looked like it could have gone, as I think he could have hit it right in the gap.
Yep.
Because the receiver was open going through the gap, but just not even close with the pass. We haven't seen him in rhythm tonight.
Well, and we know that he didn't play last week, and so really, you know, he's got a short week to prepare for this football game, and you know, just this has been kind of the story this year. You know, I see a lot of potential from Jimmy Morton, number 7. You know, he looks like a quarterback, has a good arm, just he's not been able to get in a rhythm this season at all, especially with that injury. So they gave it up to Sheneman that time. Sheneman's going to fall forward a gain of about 2 yards, very hard runner. But that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Hawks. Punt unit coming on.
And I'm not sure if maybe, he does have the injury. We see him a little brace on his knee. So I'm not sure if sometimes the quarterbacks, as they're planting,
right,
that really affects their throws. So I'm not sure. We'll have to see how it works out for him the rest of this game.
Well, we're going to get to see Miltos come back onto the field here with a 4th and 3. They're going to elect to punt this one. We're right at about 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. It's a good snap. Miltos is going to get one off. It's a little low line drive type of punt here. And take a little bit of a south bounce all the way up to about the 38-yard line. Not one of the best punts we've seen from Miltos tonight, but it does get it down the field. And the Cardinals will get the ball about the 39-yard line on their own side of the football field. And
here we watch the replay.
That running game to come back out.
The running game will most likely come back out. I anticipate that. But here we see the ball comes out. It only gets about 10 yards into the air. I don't think it was tipped or anything, but it takes a very good roll as they gain about another 15 yards after it lands on the ground.
Castro in that backfield. We've seen this Castro and Tienda duo coming on strong here. Again, Tienda will get it, following his lineman out to the left side. Not a lot of space there as the Hawks able to tighten up, gain of maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, the offensive line for the Cardinals has done a great job tonight getting all over the linebackers of Harlingen South. There's really been a lot of space tonight. This time, 34 Shineman, the linebacker, is able to make full contact on Tienda, and Tienda cannot escape.
2nd down and 7, so he actually gets 3 yards on that gain. 3rd and 7 for Castro. 3 wide receiver set this time. Tienda starts left and goes right, bounces it to the outside, bounces off 1, 2 defenders, 50, back to the inside with a swift move there. He's going to have about a 15-yard gain there. It's a big-time 1st down for the Cardinals.
Great run right here as we see one of the linebackers. We'll have to wait to see the replay. Linebacker Sheneman comes up, and he just puts a stiff arm on Sheneman in the backfield. It would have been a tackle for a loss, and then he just beats defender around the edge. And then we see him fall forward again as it takes the backside linebacker coming on a good pursuit angle, but not until he gets himself and this Cardinal offense another 1st down with the run.
1st and 10 on the 42-yard line of the Hawks. So they're in Hawk territory now. Handoff, Tienda again, left side. Sheneman is able to wrap him up in the backfield, but he spins out of that. And there's some pursuit coming that is able to help out, but if not for that pursuit, he would have spun out of the tackle and he would have been gone for a long game.
Yeah, we've just seen Tienda play relentless here tonight as he just does not stop trying to gain more and more yards. He's wrapped up very good. He gets 2 more defenders on him, and then he escapes it, just not from the legs, as Sheneman does a great job holding on to the legs, and then he have the pursuit of the rest of the defense get there. But Tienda will not be taken down tonight very often by just one defender. It takes gang tackling to bring him down here tonight.
I wonder, we've seen the Cardinals rotate through a few different running backs this season. They're not able to get into rhythm. Tienda has been the running back all night long. And so, there has to be something to that, Jonathan. We really see him in the second half of the second quarter, then into the third. And now as we get ready to start the 4th quarter, he's been able to find a rhythm out there. He's been able to he looks comfortable on the field, and he's able to read the defense really well. And so, maybe going to this one back, just kind of focusing on letting this one running back run the ball, I think it's greatly benefited the Cardinals here tonight.
Yeah, you said we've seen a lot of different running backs coming through, not just this season, but throughout the different seasons here with the Cardinals. Coach Gomez has liked to use several different backs, but tonight here we've seen Tienda. He's the go-to guy here tonight as Castro has handed him the ball over and over tonight, and Tienda has just been running it down right down the middle, right down the throat of this defense, just going right at him.
Very impressive young man, especially running here tonight. So 2nd and 11 coming up for the Cardinals now. As they get set. Castro going to keep this one, follows Tienda out to the outside, but he has heavy pursuit. His jersey is almost ripped off. As a matter of fact, he may be ripped as a matter of fact. He's able to spin out of 2 or 3 tackles, Jonathan, just not giving up either. Kind of running like his running back right now.
Yeah, we've seen just the wrap-ups by this defense. They're looking like they have good tackles. They're wrapping up. They're bringing players almost all the way to the ground. As we see him, he wraps up, nearly pulls off the entire jersey. tries holding on, but just the runners for the Cardinals as Castro takes it, switches hands, lowers his shoulder, and then still falls forward. He meets two defenders, gets away from them until one of them holds onto his ankle. Beautiful play for about 1 yard gain, but
yeah, it's a lot of tough running for about a 1 yard gain. But either way, third, they're going to call it 10. It's about 9.5. Castro rolls right. It's going to pass it. He's got Freeman out there on the outside. He's able to elude one or two defenders, still pushing forward. And I thought he was going to be short of that first down, man. He got way past that on second and third effort. Dominic Freeman with a big reception and run.
Yeah, we've seen Freeman. He's made a couple of catches short. Here we see, let's see if we can get the replay going. And we watch the replay. He's open short. Other times he was met quickly. This time he's met quickly again, but he's able to shed the defender. And then they just were never able to get a good hand on him until they hit him hard. But just great effort as he and another player just continue to roll. These players for the Cardinals are not being tackled on the first shot just about every play.
They don't stop their legs moving. 1st and 10 on the 31 now. Gonzalez coming on the end around there is going to try to get upfield. Comes on about a gain of 4 or 5 yards. I couldn't tell if he was either in Wildcat formation. That was an end around. But either way, Michael Gonzalez gets the football.
Yeah, Michael Gonzalez comes over here.
Yeah.
As he comes, he just catches it, lead blocker. But we've seen it, one broken tackle.
Yeah.
And we'll see it again right here. Second broken tackle. Harlingen South looks like they're doing a decent job of wrapping up, but these Cardinal runners just do not stop. They keep their legs moving. They keep spinning. And they are able to somehow continue to break free from these defenders.
And Michael Gonzalez is in at quarterback, and Castro is out at wide receiver now. And so running that Wildcat formation, we did see this earlier on. This was also pretty. It was working for them in the Battle of the Arroyo earlier when Gonzalez was able to break some big runs. That time not so much on the outside, but this is a formation they like to go to.
Yeah, we see lead blocker. This time the defense does a great job. Both the cornerbacks, they come up and force the runner to come up inside, and then we see great play by the defense here is just a great tackle, stopping it from being much of a gain.
And that's Jared Sheneman, number 34. He has a bunch of tackles here tonight, plus some yards on the ground and running that tailback position as well. 3rd and 6 now for the Cardinals. Castro back at quarterback, looking to go downfield, pump fakes once, twice, flush from the pocket. Tries to find space on the outside, still on his feet. 3-4 defenders missed tackles. And he's finally taken down. He's going to end up being a short loss there, but you know those plays are being stretched out long by Castro when he gets outside of the pocket.
Yeah, we see it's almost to say it's a very impressive 1 yard loss here on this play as he escapes the pocket. He looked like he was about to get sacked on the inside. Then he breaks a tackle, maintains momentum, makes another player miss, but just great job by the pursuit of the defense as defender after defender after defender keep coming at him, and they finally get him down. But it looks like they will be going for it on 4th down as the ball is at the 28, which puts it a little too far out for a field goal, or would be very difficult to convert. Now, there is no wind, so there would be no wind against them, which normally from the night we've seen the wind coming from that side. But it looks like they may take a timeout as the time was running out on the play clock.
Well, let me just take a moment here to thank our school board members tonight. It was Greg Powers, our president, Dr. Nolan Pettis, Vice President Verna Young, our Secretary Jerry Fleurier, George McShann, Javier De Leon, and Dr. Bobby Muniz, members. And, of course, a big thank you to our Superintendent, Art Cavazos, Dr. Art Cavazos, who was down on the field actually for the coin toss before this game. And, of course, school board is, I'm sure, spread out between the two teams tonight and doing a great job of supporting our student athletes. And also, big thanks again to KHGN and the production team here tonight. Working hard in the rain and in the elements to bring you this live audio broadcast. As a matter of fact, we see a video shot right now, and that rain has still been coming. It's let up a little bit, but it's been consistent all night long.
Yeah, it's not coming down in big gulps, but it's just the rain just continues to come down and come down and come down as it has stayed very wet out on the field. But we have not seen a lot of turnovers. It may be affecting the passing game. We haven't seen the coaches try to throw it tonight, perhaps because of the rain.
Looks like that's Michael Gonzalez in on 4th down. They're going for this one. Hand off to Tienda. Tienda bounces to the outside. Trying to find space. He does. That's a 1st down. Down to the 13-yard line goes Leo Tienda. And he gains some hard yards on the 4th and 7. And he gives the Cardinals another 1st down.
Looks like he gets himself about another 15 yards. It's 3rd and about 6. but he's not met by any defender until he's gone about 12 yards and then finally brought down, and maybe almost 20 yards even, as he just punishes the final defender. And again, it's not until the second defender gets there that he's brought down.
1st and 10, ball on the 12-yard line. And Michael Gonzalez stays in at the quarterback position. He's going to keep it, tries to get to the outside of that defense. They string it out well. That's going to be a flag on the play there, thrown by the line judge.
And I think it'll be holding on the receiver. We'll have to see what they call. But it would have been another positive gain in the run game. And it will be a holding call against the Cardinal offense. So some help by penalty for this Harlingen South defense, as it'll now be 1st and 20. We saw them convert on a deep, what was a pass play, but Castro takes it for a 1st down earlier in this half. But this time it's 1st down, so we'll have to see how they decide to attack when it's 1st and 20.
An important game again across the valley is that San Benito Rivera game. The last score update we have is 28-21. Rivera leading. That was a halftime score. All right, 1st and 20 now. Ball on the 22. Handoff, Tienda. Tienda, this time's going to be stopped in the backfield, which doesn't happen very often. But he still pushes forward for a gain of about 1 or 2 yards.
There is finally a stop here, as we see just a good job. There was some penetration by one of the players, forcing it inside where he's met by multiple defenders. So now we see 2nd and long.
2nd and 18. 7 minutes left to go in this football game. Again, 21-3. The Harlingen Cardinals still lead Bird Bowl here at Bogus Stadium on this rainy and cool Friday night. South Texas football. You've got to love it. Here we go. Michael Gonzalez, shotgun formation now. Tienda in the backfield with him. He's going to roll right. Going to keep this one. Tienda lead blocker now. Gonzalez cuts it up on the inside. Gain of 4, maybe even 5 yards, but that'll bring up a 3rd and 12.
And there we see Gonzalez. He takes it we've seen this play all throughout the night. Just lead block by the running back Tienda. But this time the linebackers do flow, and Shinneman with another tackle.
I wish I would have been taking tally of the number of tackles that Jared Shenneman has had tonight. I'm guessing he's probably 10, 11, 12 tackles at least, which is a big night for any defender. He's just been all over the place, and senior playing his heart out on this field here at Bird Bowl tonight. Here we go. Handoff. Oh, fumble on the play. Gonzalez looks like he's able to recoup it, and he does. Oh, but then a white jersey comes up with it. What was up with that, Jonathan?
It looked like he should have made the easy recovery as it landed right at his feet or right in front of him, and he dives onto the ball, but he must have just had it slip out. Here we watch the replay. It bounces up. He has it in his hands.
They're going to calm him down. Yeah.
Well, I saw different players running onto the field. I forgot that it was 3rd down, so the field goal team comes out.
Field goal attempt is up. Wow, and that's a good-looking kick from here. And it's no good, though. I was going to say wide right on that one. I mean, it was a booming kick. What was that, about a 35-yard attempt? That probably had about a good 45 yards in it, but wide right, no good.
A lot of distance on that kick, just a little far to the right. The kicker does try to put some acting on. As we see on the replay, it was almost blocked, and then he puts himself down on the ground to try to get the flag, but they will call it wide right. So now the South offense, 21-3, 5 minutes, 26 seconds to go. They'll have the ball at the 20-yard line. I think unless they score a touchdown here, it will be out of reach for them. And even if they did score a touchdown here, it'll still be hard. But here they go attacking. They do bring out their quarterback once again.
Yeah, Jimmy Morton's back in that lone backfield. He's by himself. He's going to roll out. Lots of pressure coming. He lets it go, and that's in the hands of Darren Pettis, number 11. And I thought he was going to just throw that one away, Jonathan. He ends up connecting with his receiver.
And we've seen Morton earlier this season. He looked a little more explosive here. Doesn't look like he has the feet that he had earlier in the season. He has experienced some injury, but he still has the arm as he connects right there. Just throws it short. The receiver comes back, does Pettis. 1st down for them.
Oh, I want to talk about the good news for the Harlingen South Hawks football program, and I'll share that here as soon as we get a few seconds here, but it's in regards to Jimmy Morton and other juniors like him. Jimmy Morton now, shotgun looking left, wants that screen on the outside. He's going to dump it But there was two defenders there. That could have turned out to be really bad. Those defenders were expecting that football coming that way.
It looked like he may have thrown it. The defender wasn't looking back at him, so he would have had a shot, but the defender could have easily turned around at the last second and had a chance. But the rain does continue to come down even more now as the drops seem to be getting thicker.
The drops getting thicker, and the crowds have a mass exodus right now, trying to get under the field. I was wondering where people were at halftime. I went downfield. They're all stacked up under the tunnel there, so staying out of the rain. It's coming down heavier now. It's 2nd and 10 now, ball on the 32-yard line, which is very smart, by the way. Morton's going to hand it off. That's Sheneman. Sheneman breaking a big one here. He's going to get out to midfield and past it. Jumps forward to about the 45-yard line. That's a big-time run there for Jared Sheneman.
Yeah, we had not seen Sheneman able to break free since the first half. This time we see him break the edge here. Just good blocking along. He breaks the tackle of the linebacker running powerfully. And he leaps forward to get every single inch out of the play. Just great job there by number 34 as a senior. We've seen him just play with phenomenal effort all year long, leading the defense and then putting his time in on offense as well.
Gastro's going to get that end around and put him in motion, but he's going to be tackled in that backfield by number 44 of the Cardinals. That's Isaiah Cano once again.
It looked like there was a little bit of miscommunication or a little bit of missed assignment on the play, as it looked like Sheneman was expecting to come up and run the ball, and it may not have just been blocked very well by a couple of players, as there's multiple defenders coming free to make the tackle in the backfield.
So I'm looking at the juniors here, and these are key players. Jason Martinez, Abram Gutierrez, Steven Rodriguez, who's been out there. This is the starting running back who's not come back. We have a timeout, so I can take my time here. Steven Rodriguez was the starting running back at the beginning of the season who went out early with an injury. You have Jimmy Morton. You have Darren Bettis. You have Fabi Miltos, the kicker. Alec Garza, the receiver/running back. And you also have Ade Alba on the defensive side of the ball. Those are all juniors, folks, and those are people's names that we've called quite frequently here throughout the season. And so if you look at Harlingen South for next season, you got to be excited because a lot of these guys have got some good experience now. They've had a couple of big wins. You know, they beat Westaco, Jonathan, and Westaco they're playing for the district title tonight. I mean, they've been impressive this season, yet South beat them earlier in the season. And then they beat San Benito last week. And, they're giving Harlingen a good fight here tonight, too. So if you're a Harlingen South fan, you're looking at next year with a lot of positives. A lot of these guys are coming back. They have that experience. And I think if Morton can, in the offseason, can get a full offseason under him, get that timing and rhythm down, they're going to have a pretty good offense and returning defense as well.
Yeah, it could have easily been a different season for them. Had Morton been able to stay early, perhaps he would have had better rhythm closing out the season here. Just when you have a little bit of a smaller team, short-staffed, if you were to say they were staffed.
Big time.
You need your key players to be able to make it through.
Sheneman's hit quickly and hard in the backfield there. Going to lose about a yard on that one.
The play looked a little bit off time, as it looked like the center snapped it a little bit late. The rest of the linemen went through. I think it leaves a big gap between what the center was doing and what the rest of the offensive line, and just these defenders come right through the gaps.
3rd and 15 now. And that's going to be a flag. They broke the huddle with 12. They tried to get that final player off, but it was too late. It's going to be a substitution infraction.
And the rain just continues to pour down here as we see the flag.
Oh, no huddle. Okay. So they technically didn't break the huddle with 12. So got away with one there.
And so they'll line up again. We'll see what this offense will do here on 3rd and about 6 to go.
Got 15. 6 to get to the original line of scrimmage.
Oh,
We
sorry,
got about
15.
3rd and 15. Long 3rd down coming up for the Hawks. Your blitz coming up the middle. Picked up, though. But Morton's going to get flushed. And, oof. Wow. Got scared there. I thought someone was going to get hurt.
Yeah, it looked like he landed awkwardly onto the feet of number 5 on the defense, trying to make the block for him. But bounces right back up. Looks ugly, but just gets right back up, does number 5. As we see some impressive flexibility by him.
Wow. I mean, I think the whole stand's kind of just gasped at that one because we saw number 5, Morton came down the back of his legs, and I mean, he almost went backwards like a reverse C there. That's a timeout. That is a technical term. That's a reverse C. It's usually used in golf, but I use it on the football field tonight. So I got a little snicker over there at the other end of the press box. That's a technical term, ladies and gentlemen. Reverse C. All right, fourth down, about 20. And the Hawks take a timeout, Jonathan. Again, one of those interesting timeouts. But, hey, it's the end of the game. 4th and 20, they're going for it. I mean, they got to let it all out there.
Yeah, I think it's your rivalry game. They've gotten 3 up on the field, but I think they want to get themselves a touchdown. So we'll see how this fourth, and I may have wanted to choose a different, see if we can stop them. And because here you're going to be going for it, 4th and about 20 to go.
That's not short, ladies and gentlemen. And the rain, is coming down hard again. Makes things even more difficult.
Whenever we've seen them in long distance, we've seen Coach Gomez bring either 5 or 6.
Right.
We never see him bring 4 or less. It's always 5 or 6 on 3rd and long. At least tonight, they have 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. I imagine at least 5 of them will be coming after him.
We've got a flag on the field now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Hawks on the field again, Jonathan. Wow.
It looks like they had 1 extra running back as one of the running backs runs off the field.
Wow, so 4th and 25 now.
And they will be going for it. It'll be an empty set, and it's Bettis in the backfield.
Yeah, this is interesting. So Bettis is going in, who's usually the running quarterback for tonight at least. He's got 5 wide receivers. Let's see what he does. 4th and 25 for the Hawks. All-out blitz coming. Screen set up for Castro, but just a little bit ahead of him. And, wow, about 3 or 4 red jerseys coming in the face of Bettis. He tries to get rid of it. Timing is all off on that one.
Yeah, the interior linemen, I think they would have done a better job had they just gotten a little bit of a hand on him, but they just have a completely free release right into your inexperienced quarterback, as Bettis does not normally play quarterback for them. And that may be the last time that the offense comes out on the field, as it'll only take them maybe 1 first down to get the clock down. It may not even take the first down. Depends on how quickly the spotting of the plays are.
We got a big shot from the Cardinal fans here, and there's still 2:44 left to go on the clock, but the Harlingen South Hawks have 0 timeouts left. So technically, with a first down, they could just run this clock out here tonight, and the Cardinals will able to take away the win and wait out the result of that Rivera-San Benito game. Given to number 1, a new running back in for the Cardinals, René Medina, new for tonight, not new in the season. We talked about one of those running backs that gets rotated in. He's one of them.
Yeah, here we see on the play just a free or release by number 54. He breaks away from his block, makes the tackle on Medina. It looks like they make 1 stop. Let's see if they can continue it. The play clock is running down. We're almost down to 2 minutes. Once the play goes, it'll most likely be right at 2 minutes.
Yeah, play clock down at 10 now, so it'll be, like you said, just right about 2 minutes, 8, 6 on it. They're just going to let it run all the way down. Waiting for the snap. Gonzalez hands it off. Medina again. Medina breaks this one, spins to the inside, down about the 24-yard line. They're just trying to knock some time off the clock there, but he broke that one for a big first down. That should seal it there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that should seal it right there. It looks like Medina getting his first a little bit of playing time. Just cuts right up the middle. There's a good double team block. When he makes the cut, he breaks away from the free defender, and then he's met. We know Medina has some speed, as we've seen him throughout the season play a lot of speed running back. And now Medina will be at about the 40-yard line. The ball's at the 25, so they will be taking a knee out of the shotgun formation, it looks like.
Yeah, kind of a weird victory formation where they have the running back way back in the backfield. Yep, going to need that one. And so just 1 or 2 more snaps, and that should do it here for the Bird Bowl in 2014. And well fought here by both teams. And Harlingen South, a lot of respect to them. Last year coming up with a huge victory, and then just really making it tough for the Cardinals. But, that Cardinal offensive, that running game just kind of started to take off, gain some steam, and has really just been very, very productive. So a great game for these seniors. I've got to give a shout out to over to Jared Shenneman on the Harlingen South Hawks, I think he's been the player of the game for that team on his senior night in Birdbow, and just having an excellent game. Their last game of his high school career. I think we have a score update, Jonathan, on that Rivera game.
It looks like it's still 28-21 over in the third quarter. So they still got a quarter to go over there. But here it looks like the last play has been snapped as both teams go off to the sideline. There's still about 20 seconds left to go on the clock, but there will not be another snap as both teams start lining up to shake each other's hands. Just a great job tonight by the run game of the Harlingen Cardinals. They just really had no answer, did Harlingen South, stopping both Castro and the running back. That was Tienda, just making play after play in the run game.
Yeah, I got to say this. I'm watching these kids down on the field, and this is just a really good mutual respect tonight. We haven't seen